What's up? Alright. Hello. It's me, Delaney. Welcome back to another video. This is going to be part 2 of the photo album tour. This bad boy. Last time I did this, it was like a month ago. I talked about pictures of my cat for an hour. And then the second half of this is just a bunch of random pictures. I think there's one more picture of my cat in there, but I think I already brought that up, so it's fine. So, yeah. Without further ado, let's do it. Alright, so this is where we left off. I got my nails done, if you can see. I don't know if you can tell, but I got my nails done. So, you're gonna be able to see my painted nails today. But, so this is where we ended. This was the last picture. This is the first picture. As you can see, this is the Hollywood sign. I took this picture, I think, in 2014. It's just, you know, the Hollywood sign. I live in California. You can barely see it. It's kind of cut off. It says Hollywood. Hollywood! There's that. So this is an interesting thing. Okay, so when I was in 8th grade, I think this was a science project that me and my friends drew on. I forget what the science project was, to be honest with you, but we drew this and we took a picture of it. I cannot tell you what this is. I cannot tell you, and I will not be able to tell you. However, I do think we named it Cheese.
Cheese.
So, do with that what you will. This picture, I took this picture, I forget where this is, but I took it, and I think there's an Instagram filter on it or something like that. So, solid. So, these pictures are all from the same trip to New York. When I was a sophomore in high school, we went to New York, and these are pictures of the Statue of Liberty in all her glory. And then here is like a miniature version of it. And then this picture is kind of like, I actually have no idea. I think it's just kind of saying what each part of the Statue of Liberty is. And it has a bunch of words there that you cannot read. I can't read them, and I'm staring at the pictures, so I doubt you can read them. So, yay! Here's more pictures of the Statue of Liberty. This one, I think this is what it looked like when it first got here to the Americas, or the North Americas. And then this is what it looked like on the inside when they were building it. And this is the 80th floor of the Empire State Building. I did not go higher than that. Why, you might ask? Because I am deathly afraid of heights. Deathly afraid of heights. So this was as high as I was able to go. This is a rainbow. There's actually a second one here. It's very, very faint. Double rainbow. Happy birthday. This, I don't know if you can even tell what this is on camera. You cannot. This is a blood moon. I took this, I think it was like an iPhone 11 or 8, something like that. And that's that. This is more drawings. This was in high school. This was when I was a junior. Me and different friends drew all of this. This is Patrick with, like, you know the SpongeBob movie and Patrick with the fishnets? That's Patrick getting some money. And this is other SpongeBob, Patrick. I think that's Sandy in the corner, and I don't know what the fuck this is. I don't even know if you can see that on camera, but yeah. I have no idea what the lore of this drawing is. Literally none. I don't know what Finchubba is. I know who I drew this for, but I don't remember the context of this at all. So if you ask me, hey Delaney, what's a Finchubba? I cannot fucking tell you at all. However, this was my depiction of it, so do with that what you will. I don't know how to help you there. This is Jell-O in a wine glass. This was April Fool's Day, and I wanted to prank my mom, so I put red Jell-O in a wine glass, hoping she would think it's wine. Do I remember if it worked or not? No, but that's that. This was my math teacher in junior year of high school, and someone drew him looking low-key kind of like an anime character because of the star eyes. I don't know if you can see that. The starry eyes. Yeah, I don't know who drew that, to be honest with you. A friend of mine at the time, put like mechanical pencil lead in a carrot, and that was the result. These next couple pictures are from the Japanese or National Japanese American Museum or something like that. I'm blanking on the actual title. We went there as a field trip in high school. I think that was the only field trip I went on. In high school, I was a junior, and these are some pictures from it. There's another one. Alright. So this, you may be asking, what is this? So this was in my yearbook. I think it's my junior year yearbook. And a friend of mine at the time thought it was a great idea to draw me as a man. That's me as a man with a fedora. And you can't see this, but it actually says Mulaney. Like, you know, like when men with the fedora go like, "Milady"? Yeah, that's that. And he signed his name. So, that's who drew it. So, these pictures, and I think there's actually a couple more on the other side. So, I went to the OC Fair with my brother, my dad, and his now ex-girlfriend. And my dad decided to park in this really, like, low-key, shady area. It was, like, at a weird church. And when we got back, my dad's car got broken into. These pictures I took honestly, I took them as evidence, but then I just kind of kept them. My dad's window was broken. I forget what was stolen. As you can see, there's a phone charger here that no one took. I forget what they took, but they didn't take things that you would expect them to take. They took like a Dave & Buster's card, if I remember correctly. Here's the picture of the window that they smashed. That's what that looks like. So we had to duct tape or tape like a plastic bag over the window, and I'm pretty sure I have a video of it as we were driving. If I haven't, share it with the class. Next, this is, I think this was for something we had to do in a class where we had like a fingerprint we had to kind of just make our own thing of it, and I made an apple. I colored it red. That's a stem, and there's a little leaf. So I was proud of this, so I took a picture of it, and there it is. This is the Golden Gate Bridge. When I was a senior for my birthday, my dad and I went to San Francisco, and we saw Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. This was back when I was a Harry Potter fan. I'm not really a Harry Potter fan anymore. However, I did see the play. It was okay, from what I remember. Now these are documents of history, okay? Let me tell you. So, I don't know if you can really see what this is. This is a grocery store during, like, that very first weekend of quarantine. So, this was taken in March of 2020. I have more on the other side. I know I have more. I took so many pictures because I remember just being fucking mind blown. So, I don't know if you can read this. This one says water, multi-pack or bulk, limit 2 per shopper. This was the snack aisle, completely gone. I think this is the toilet paper aisle, which is, I don't know if you can see, but completely empty. And then I took a picture of this sign, and it says limit 2 on all toilet paper. These are the paper towels, completely gone. This said, I can't really read that, but it's there. You get the point. This was a grocery store during that very first weekend where basically everything got shut down, which is a fever dream, by the way. I was a senior in high school. Like, I was 2 months away from graduating high school. I genuinely, like, remember thinking to myself, oh, cool, this is just, like, 2 weeks spring break. Yo, let's go. Time to play fucking Minecraft all day. And stay up till 3 a.m., which is exactly what I did, by the way. And, yeah, the rest is history. Now, this was my graduation. My high school graduation. We did a carpool graduation. So, every senior, or at least maybe most, I don't know. Most seniors at my school went and did this drive-through carpool thing. And this is what that looked like. And then literally, I think like 2 months later, we ended up having to go back and get our diplomas. And then we took pictures like on this weird, like this tiny cutout stand where you stood there, your parents took a picture of you with your diploma, and then you left. That was my high school graduation, which honestly, I didn't care at that point. Like, it wasn't that big of a deal for me. At that point, I had already moved on, so I didn't really care. And even to this day, like, it wasn't really a big deal. It's just really funny to kind of just explain that to people. Because I think not many people, unless you had kids around that age, I don't know if you know, really. So, if you didn't know what that was like, now you know. So, this was my first job. I worked at a Pavilions for about 6 months. And I usually was the closer. So I would stay until 11 at night. And the lady who worked, the manager who worked the closing shift with me most of the time, I loved her. She was awesome. This was like, I think the manager's computer, like in the front. And she put this. This just shows you how, like, adorable she was. She was, like, in her 60s, maybe. She had, like, I forget what accent she had, but she had an accent for sure. And she was just awesome. I loved her. And she did this. And that just shows you how awesome she was. So this is also from that job. So I was helping an older lady out bringing her groceries to her car because she couldn't lift them. And she ended up giving me these 3 coins. And I think they were like 3 $1 coins or something. And she handed them to me and I was like, no, I cannot accept this because you can't, like, we weren't allowed to accept tips from people. She literally would not take no for an answer. So I kind of just took it and I was just kind of like, okay, thank you, and walked away. And then I kept them in my pockets and took that picture. So, yeah. I still have them, I'm pretty sure. I'm not entirely sure if I have them, but if I do, I'll share it with the class. Hello. It's me editing this video, and I did actually find them. So, I actually had more coins in here. These are them. And I have another $1 coin in here. So I have 4, actually. Don't know where I got that. And then I have this quarter, and it has a really interesting background. It's 2018 quarter. I don't know if you can see it. But I don't know why I have that in here. And then I have a state of, I don't know how to pronounce this country, coin. Again, don't know where I got this, but I have that. So yeah, I still have the coins. This is a picture I took outside my car as I was driving. I don't know why. Maybe I just thought it looked pretty, which it does. So I had a good eye. But yeah, should I have been taking pictures while I was driving? No, but I did anyway. So this is the beginning of my Hawaii trip. In 2021, my family and I went to Kauai. It was the last trip that we went on, but I took this from outside the window. I thought it looked really cool. I liked how this picture looked. I like how, I just think it looks cool. So there's that. Now, I forget where we went, honestly. But here's this picture. We were driving up, I think this was when we were seeing, the red sand and stuff. As you can see right here, this is red sand. We were kind of doing some sightseeing. So I genuinely forget where we went. I'm sorry. But here are some cool pictures of Kauai, Hawaii. Here's red sand. This was a really long road, and I liked how the trees looked. It kind of reminded me of an aesthetic movie scene, And then here's some flowers that I've never seen these kinds of flowers before. And there were a bunch of lily pads here. This was a pond, and I've never seen these in person before. So I took a picture of it. Because, yes. Here's a turtle. We were supposed to go snorkeling. And let me tell you, this was the worst boat ride I've ever been on in my entire life, let me tell you. So I naturally get motion sickness. I can get motion sick very easily. And it's gotten worse as I've gotten older. But this boat ride to get to this point was genuinely my personal hell. I almost threw up. My brother also almost threw up. It was so bumpy. And then when it was time to go snorkel, I put on the snorkeling gear, jumped in, which was my first mistake, and then water just went poof everywhere, all over my face. The snorkel thing went up, it came off, and then I was just kind of like, nope, I'm done. And then I got in the thing and they had no food. On the thing, I guess it said that they would provide dinner and that wasn't the case. They just had snacks. So I wasn't able to eat really anything. So I was not feeling good. And then we had dinner afterward. But on the bright side, I did see a turtle. And that makes it okay. Here are some pictures on the flight back. This is a sunset. These two. And I just really liked how the clouds looked. I've never seen the clouds look like that before. So I thought it was really cool. So I took pictures of it. Anyway, this was from my very first school job that I went to, or I had. The kids did like chalk art. This was in 2022. So I took pictures of it. This one was my favorite. I do not know who drew this, but I just think this is the most adorable thing I think I've ever seen. Like, look at it. It's so cute. And then this was, I don't know how she had this pen on her. I know exactly who did this, but I'm not going to say her name. She drew art on my hand. I know exactly who did this, but I'm not going to say her name, obviously. So she drew on my hand. A 4th grader drew on my hand. At the time, she was a 4th grader. Another blood moon. All right. So in 2022, I went to Disneyland with someone. And we went to the California Adventure side and we found... That was the first time I went to California Adventure in like 5 years. So I didn't really know what was there anymore. And there was like this huge like Marvel thing where you could just look at Marvel stuff. And we found this Iron Man suit and took a picture of it. So I don't know if you can see what I took a picture of in this one. No, you cannot. But it's the Big Dipper. This was 4th of July, 2022. The Big Dipper's here. I'm going to try to zoom in on it and hopefully you can see it, but that's the Big Dipper. And I've never seen the Big Dipper before that moment, so I thought it was really cool and I took a picture. This is beach. I love the beach. I think the beach is great. I used to go to the beach a lot. I don't go as much as I used to. I would love to though. This is beach. I think I have more pictures of the beach. Yes, I do. This is beach. And this is sky of beach. So this was when I started going to Cal State Fullerton for my BA. And I remember walking randomly and I saw that. And I was like, damn, that's actually like really introspective. So I took a picture of it. And apparently, because they did it again a year later and I'm pretty sure I took a picture of it. So I think you'll see it again. This was an art project that some students do. I don't know the purpose of it because I didn't take art there, but I thought it was really cool and unique, so I took a picture of it. This is a bunch of palm trees with Christmas lights on it. That's that. I love going on walks. It's a leisurely thing I like to do. I like to listen to music and just kind of enjoy time, you know? And these were really cool sunsets. There was a little bit of a glare here, so I thought I would move it and it helped a little. So these are really cool sunsets. I liked how the clouds looked. And I don't know if you can see, but like there's little like it looks like sun rays coming out. I just thought the sky looked fucking gorgeous. So I took a picture of it. And here's another one with the sunset. And I thought the sunset looked really, really cool. Like, really cool. FNAF. I think that's my drawing of Bonnie, I'm pretty sure. And then, this is Freddy. I did not draw that. Someone else did. This is like a hill kind of by where my mom lives. And I took a picture of it because it just looked really, really green. She also wanted a picture of it, so I took it mainly for her, but I kept it. So these next couple pictures for Easter in 2023, we went to this, it's in San Diego. I don't remember what it's called. It's basically just a place where there's a bunch of flowers. And these are the pictures that I took while I was there. This one, I was trying to be really like cinematic and shit. And I kind of put my phone at like eye line of where the flowers are. Because I thought it would be like really cinematic and shit. So, yeah, these are all pictures of the flowers that I took. And I really liked this one. Because I don't know if you can see, but there's like one red flower amongst the yellow. And there's another one like that. I thought that was really cool and pretty. This one is just a bunch of mixed colored flowers. And yeah, so these next, so there was a college class I took when I was a junior, when I first became a film major, where sometimes the class would get low-key boring. So me and the people that I was friends with in that class, we drew because we got bored. So this, you can't read that because it's upside down, but this says frog maid. It's a frog mermaid. There's more drawings. Out of all of these, I drew that, which was supposed to be Patrick Star. I drew that, which is a cat. I drew this, which was, and this. Those were my attempts at drawing frogs. I am not an artist, nor did I ever claim to be. So, there's that. This is Slime Shrek. Forget whose computer that is. But, I think one of them brought slime for some reason. So, we made that. So, this, I don't know what this was. Like a pipe burst or what. Or like a fire hydrant exploded. I have no idea. But I remember we were driving home and we just see that. So, I took a picture of it. You know, because you don't really see shit like that often. So, yeah. Another picture of the beach. You can't really see the beach that well, but this is the beach in the sky. This is a chicken named Benjamin. I named him that. That's all I have to say about that. See, I knew it. I knew I took another picture of it. Here, you can't really see the art, but this is another one of the thing that I was talking about where a bunch of art students made things out of like trash pretty much and kind of just put them everywhere. Here's another one for my senior year. This is a bunch of art. Me and a couple other people were making, we had this class when I was a senior where we had to make a concept of a video game. And this was us just kind of goofing off. It was about cats, if I remember correctly, because we all had cats at the time. So, yeah, I don't entirely remember what it was, so please don't ask me, because I don't entirely remember. I do remember people liked the idea. We liked the idea enough to make it, but it never happened. So this is another rainbow, but it's like a perfect arch. This was like right outside my house, which I thought was really cool. Here's another picture of the sunset. Wow. Like, look at how, like, the clouds, like, from the bottom look pink, and then as you go up, they kind of turn more, like, dark purplish. That's so fucking sick. That's awesome. These, I took a class my final semester of college where we watched a movie, and then we had someone from that movie talk about an aspect of the movie. The first movie we watched was Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. And the person who came to talk to us was the production designer. And she brought, I think it was a she. If it wasn't, I apologize, but I'm pretty sure it was a she. She brought all of this stuff to where you can actually, like, see, like, the concepts that they made. There's one here. And there's a couple more. And I thought this was really cool that she wanted to bring that to show us. I thought that was really cool. These are all from the Frida Kahlo, I think it's Kahlo, theater. I went there to see a screening of her documentary for extra credit for this class. And I thought a lot of the stuff there was really cool, so I wanted to take pictures of it. This is the bathroom door. If you're wondering why I took a picture of a tree, if you zoom in, you'll see an owl. My mom's boyfriend and I were coming out of a movie, and all of a sudden we see people freaking out, and we're like, what the hell's going on? We look up, and all of a sudden there's this owl literally attacking a mouse, like, in the air. And it flew to this tree. So that's an owl with a mouse. It's dead. And I thought that was really cool, so I took a picture, because I've never seen an owl that close. Owls used to scare me as a child. I think they low-key still scare me. But when I was a kid, owls used to scare the shit out of me. I made a video in 2024 where I drove around to other things of my childhood and kind of just talked about stories. That video is still up on my channel if you want to watch. Not the self-promo. And these two are things that I took pictures of. In elementary schools, they have these murals, I guess, where kids draw or paint whatever, and then they put them on the thing. And I knew I did one, but I wasn't sure if it was still up. And as of 2024, it still was. That's what I did. That's my name. That's me. And then with this is class of 2020. I had no idea this was there until I went back and I saw this. And I was like, damn, that's really cool. So I took a picture of it. Or actually, I filmed it. These are both screenshots from that video. These next couple are pictures from the Sabrina Carpenter concert that I went to for my birthday in 2024. Short and sweet tour. Here's her. This is the bracelet that like would light up. They told us to throw these away. I still have mine. This, you can barely see this, but this is just the whole arena. More pictures of Sabrina and the concert. Most of these were taken on my mom's phone, not mine. Next, this was taken on a flight to Vegas. We went to Vegas for Christmas in 2024, and this was what it looked like outside at night, and I thought that was really cool. This was at my current, or not my current, the job that I had at the time, and there were just random ducks. It was raining that day, and there were just ducks just chilling, and I took a picture of them. This is an alligator, I think. Something that that job would do is every week the kids would go across the street and get to do a bunch of things. This was the first time we went, and they brought a bunch of animals. This is one of them. It had a thing around its mouth so it wouldn't bite people. This is a really, really long snake. And the reason why my hand is like this is because if I lift it, you'll see a bunch of 4-year-olds. So that's why my hand is like this. Because I'm not about to show children's faces on the internet. I'm not gonna do that. One of the kids that I was with, a 3rd grader at the time, I think now a 4th grader, he had this like little sticky guy, and he kept throwing it on the ceiling, or throwing it up. And I told him, I was like, don't do that anymore because it's gonna get stuck. He did it again. It got stuck. And I was like, well, there you go, kid. That's not exactly what I said, but I was just kind of like, well, if it isn't the consequences of your actions. I also didn't say that, but it eventually fell down. And then he did it again. And then it just stayed there. And I took a picture of it because I found it funny. Is it still up there? I have no idea. I don't know. Legend says that it is. And that's just what I'm gonna keep telling myself. So this, I used to go on walks a lot. Like, this was at my old house. I don't live here anymore. And one day I was on a walk and I saw these ducks just chilling like this. And I was just kind of like, whoa, what? I was like, what the hell? I was like, this is adorable. This is so cute. I'm going to take a picture of it. So I did. And that's that. I'm hoping you can see the Big Dipper better in this one. This was 4th of July last year, so 2025, and we saw the Big Dipper. So I took a picture of it, and that's that. Boy. More pictures of the beach, because as you know, I love the beach. This is a picture, I think of my grandma has a timeshare, and I liked how the sky looked with the sunset, so I took a picture of it. This is, my mom and I went to this one place where there's a bunch of, like, Christmas lights. It was pretty small. It was like I don't remember what it was called. And this was from that. This is also from that. Here's another picture of the beach. This is like a firecracker for 4th of July. Another picture of that timeshare, and this is another one. This was outside of my dorm room in college, and I just kind of liked how the trees looked, so I took a picture of it. This is a rainbow. Don't ask me why I took a picture of just that. I just did. More kids' drawings. This is from my first school job. I drew a smiley face on my hand, and that's that. This is from my second school job, and I found the Minion picture really funny for some reason. I just liked all of these pictures, so I took that. And then this is a picture of the sunset. As you can see, I love sunsets. So, you know, I just think they're really pretty, especially in January. This is a picture of a dandelion. Dandelions have become my favorite flower. It used to be roses, and I still like roses, but dandelions have become my favorite flower, and I saw just this one dandelion just sitting in a bunch of grass, so I was just kind of like, oh, how random. Let me take a picture. A 4-year-old or a 5-year-old drew this, said this is me, and then gave it to me. So I was just kind of like, all right, this is me. This is what I look like now. So this is me, guys. That's what I look like. And if you think differently, you're wrong. This was a project that they did at that place. And I saw this picture, or I saw this posted up on the wall when we went. And I looked at the names, which is why my thumb's here, because I'm covering the name. I was like, oh, this kid is from another group of mine, so I took a picture of it, and I wanted to show him that they posted it on the wall. And I did do that. And I think he felt proud of himself, but I couldn't tell. And that's that. Wow. What a journey that's been. So, yeah. That's it. That's my entire 300 picture photo album tour. That's everything. I have no idea how long this video is gonna be. We'll find out together. Actually, I'll find out before you. But it's fine. So, yeah. I hope you enjoyed this beautiful photo album tour. This bad boy. So, I hope you enjoyed. I had fun talking about all of my little stories that I had in here, because there were some that I kind of just forgot about. And then as I was talking about them, I was just kind of like, oh, that happened. So, yeah, that's definitely a fun, you know, memory lane kind of video. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like. I don't know what that was. Please leave a like. Comment down below what else you'd like to see from me. I have so many more stories with pictures, so if you want something else like that, like this, let me know. Subscribe if you would like to see more from me. I make videos whenever the fuck I want. And that's all I have to say about that. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, I will see you all next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I don't know what that was. Okay. Bye-bye.